Alright, here we are back again with more Ace Investigations 2. Hello everyone, it's been a few days since the last stream, but I am back again now for more Ace Attorney. So last time was basically like a past segment, 15 years, about 18 years in the past, according to Eddie, I believe it was. And yeah, so 18 years in the past, basically went back in time and saw how the case, how this case came to be through the eyes of Miles Edgeworth's father, Gregory Edgeworth. And it's actually the last case he ever did before he died. So now, we are back in the present, and we're gonna see what is up in the present. I don't have, my control's not connected. Shit. Okay. Here we go. Now we should be connected. Alright, here we are. April 2nd, 10:15 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. Whoa, went deep on that one. Sorry, Mal Sereno. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea that was how I had no idea that was how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go into anywhere near that level of detail. I'll bet they paint things I'll bet they paint things in much rosier light for the prosecution too. Montgomery was the one in charge after all. What happened with the case after that? Well, with the ice sculptures vanishing from the victim's room, things hit a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, that it took a full year before they could even reach a verdict in the trial. A year? This was back before they brought up the whole initial trial thing. You didn't have to finish up in double quick time like you do nowadays. I see. Did you ever find out how the victim's creations managed to just disappear? Well, they were surveys or frozen desserts, whatever you want to call them. Ice, in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? So this place is a gallery these days, but back then it was Samson Tigueroa's place, yeah? Indeed, and the site of the IS-7 incident. Well, word is Frost's ice sculptures are suddenly back on display 18 years after that fateful day. Oh, the very sculptures the victim made. Who knows? They could be they're just modeled on the originals. But I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alrighty then, let's go take a look at these icy marbles, shall we, kiddo? I believe they're on display in the Winter Wing, as it's very snazily known. Yeah, off we go. Just the two of us. So, Winter Wing, Winter Ring. Yeah, this should be it. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. Why is this? Oopsie. Whoa, whoa. Ah. Sorry about that. Why does it always happen with my Streamlabs? I don't know why. The Wonder Wing's off limits. What gives? Fender, perhaps you should look more closely at the pamphlet we were given. The Winter Wing is over there. It is? Freaky. Could have sworn it was this one. Anywho, shall we? Time to dive on in and see what we should have seen 18 years ago. Yep, here we are. April 2nd, Zodiac Hall, Winter Wing. I see Rhonda Light and his wife. Oh, there they are. Oof, I see they're still keeping it chilly as all heck in these rooms. I'm about to turn into a popsicle stick. It is the Winter Wing, you know. But you're right, it's like a freezer in here. Could be a trick with the light, but it feels like the whole room is made of ice. The temperature controls will be somewhere at the back there, if memory serves. Hey, Malster, can you go peep the degree count? I'm thinking a complaint to the management is in order. There is such a thing as too cold, yeah? Alright, if you insist. Take your time, mosey around digging the sights while you're at it. I've got a camera I need to prep for action. I feel like your pop might appreciate a picture of all this. I'll put it on his grave so that he can have a gander. Of course. I'm gonna examine everything first. Hello, young boy. Boy wearing a backpack. What's he doing in an art gallery on his own? She wanted to run a gallery so bad she just quit the industry? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Does this boy know the owner of the gallery, perhaps? Ooh. Lore? Oh, same thing. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not, well, for it being a hollow on the inside. There's the constellation engraved into the surface, along with some explanatory text. The Pleiades, known to some as the Subaru. They form together. They form part of the larger constellation of Taurus. But why cram so many stars into one tiny part of a single constellation? I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. By the way, if any of you guys in the chat, you may notice I actually have 2 new emotes that you guys can use. It's just those emotes at the start. One of which is for all followers, and then the other is for any subscribers. Those are the only 2 emotes. Those are the only 2 emotes I have in the moment. I drew them myself. I plan to draw more emotes, and they will be available in the near future, hopefully. There are 2 large ice statues on display here. Yes, these are the remakes of Frost's work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculptures are a heck of an art form, huh? It is. These are the works my father never got to see. To think that I got to see them instead, so many years later. Sorry to bother when you're deep into Finkel, Milester, but wouldn't you mind looking this way for a sec? Oh, this way. Beautiful, yeah, just like that. Hey, Fender, really? Say cheese. Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken. My bad, big guy. My bad. Had to check if this old thing was still working is all. Now that you mention it, your camera does look rather ancient. Yep, vintage model. You ever heard of an instant camera? Develops the picture right after you take the shot. Still twist my noggin trying to think how it works. I know what instant camera is, although I never used one. Should have known Mr. Know-It-All would know it all. You really are your father's son. Alright, step aside. I need to get some good shots of the room here. Okay. I'm just gonna stand here. In silence. For all his joking, he looks very serious about the pictures he's taking. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 incident. Ooh, I should have been a paparazzo. These are gold, and they develop right away. Wanna see? New evidence? Well, since you've already shoved one in my face. Alright, Brainiac. Question. What do these 2 sculptures represent? They appear to represent Taurus and Gemini, 2 constellations best observed during winter time. Bingo! He shoots these scores. Whew, you're a regular encyclopedia, Milester. I guess that's why they call this the Winter Wing, huh? Right? Because they have the Winter Star stuff on display here. Anyway, seeing as I'm the nicest old rogue on the block, this one's yours for keepsies. Thanks. Winter Wing photo data jot down the organizer. So the victim made these same Zodiac statues out of flavored ice for the contest 18 years ago. Sure did. Leveling crafted life-size desserts. I only ever saw the old ones in photos, though. But these are the spit of the originals. So this is what you wanted to show me. Yep, think Gregor would have wanted you to see them, too. And I may not have had it in me to come out here on my own, so I dragged you along. Not at all. I'm happy to be able to see where my father's final case unfolded. Good to hear you say so, Palio. Let's see if we grab another quick snap to commemorate this heartwarming occasion. Absolutely not. Do I still have all the, no I do not. I have a different evidence portfolio for Miles. So gallery pamphlet, so this is the whole thing. That's interesting. That feels out of order though, the winter and autumn wing. It feels like they should be opposite. It's weird. Very weird. Anyways, and then the IS-7 case incident file. Prosecutor, man from Primary Defense Attorney Gregory Edgeworth. Body of the victim, Artie Frost, was found hidden in a chocolate chest made with the suspect. Blah 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 blah. I don't really care about all that. Anyways, gonna talk to these two cameo characters. So how about this? I scream out, "Oh no! This wasn't working. That film is a mask." Yeah, and I go, "That's me, the legendary Master Mask." Yeah, and then no, say that, and you'll be in the cuffs. No. Say that you'll be in the cuffs before you can blink, Ronnie. You gotta take this more seriously. Otherwise, how are we gonna get this to the market? Get this to market to sell? What exactly are these two plotting? He's planning a murder in front of his very eyes. There's an enormous block of ice on display here. There's some explanatory text engraved in it. Castor and Pollux. Every year in December, countless shooting stars can be seen emanating from this constellation. So then the mask needs to... Yeah, and then I wish these two would stop talking so loudly. It's difficult to concentrate. Never mind, I'll just go take a look at some other exhibit. Those two can continue plotting their burglary. El Sereno, mind if I ask you something? Of course, assuming it's something I can help with. I was wondering, do you think we're allowed to take pics in here? But you didn't check! You already took a picture, for crying out loud! Well, I don't see any signs, and we're told not to, so I suppose it's probably okay. Good, because even if it wasn't, I was planning to grab my shots anyway. Gregory always wanted to see the place, and what Gregory wants, Gregory gets. My father. What would he have noticed if he were here? Perhaps if he had had the chance to see it, that trial might have... No. What's happened, happened. Okay, time to check back here. Oh! Fender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls you mentioned. Oh yeah, it's a little tricky if you don't know where it's at. Yeah, I'll have it open for you in a jiffy. Huh? Dang thing's locked. Makes sense, I guess. Wouldn't want the visitors cranking up the thermostat and melting the art. According to the pamphlet, the winter wing is kept at a constant 27 degrees. Ooh, wait, that's colder than a snowman's cold bits. I'm gonna freeze to death in here. Yeah, there's only one thing for it. Somebody's getting a snuggle. Ugh. Hey, what's with the icy stare? You want me to freeze to death? No. Come on, bring it in. Let's throw this out of a hug. Alright, I got the shots I wanted. Shall we scoot on over to the other wings with cooking? Might as well do the full tour while we're here. I suppose so. Ah! What was that? It came from the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up. Oh, it's Larry. What? Larry and... Oh, is that the... Oh, that's the guy from the past. That's Gusto. I don't know. There's someone on the ground. And is that... Larry! What are you doing here? Actually, never mind that. What on earth is going on? Gee, you should have seen it. It was awful. Just calm down and tell me why there was an unconscious man on the floor. I didn't do anything. It just fell down in front of me. Wait, I know this guy. Oh, just look at that. Is everything alright? Don't you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys? Ugh. Wait, the smell! He's still breathing, but I know these symptoms. It's not safe, Miles. We need to get everybody out of here. Everyone with me! This isn't a moment to lose! There's poison gas coming out of that room! Oh boy. Things took a turn for the worst real quick there. Yikes. Oop. Larry very lazily walks. How's the victim doing, Fender? Not good. He had a lot of gas. He's still out and it sounds like it's pretty serious. But the paramedics said there was no signs of external injury and that he was unconscious before it happened. Anyway, he's alive, just barely. He's lucky we found him when we did. But like I said, he's not out of the woods yet. They put him in the medical room with a specialist. I see. I couldn't help noticing that it seemed like you knew him, Fender. Sure do. That was Camillo Gusto. He was here back when the whole IS-7 thing went down. The confectioner. So he was here 18 years ago too. Anywho, this guy here seems like he's in a rude health. Old pal of yours, Macerino? Yes, something like that. I'm glad you're okay, Larry. Something like that? Are you serious, Edgy? You've known me since elementary school. Of course you guys feeling way, don't you? Anyway, you know you're supposed to call me Luis to Nim when I'm dressed like this. No more Larry, okay? Got that. I will not. No, I will not. No, I do not call it that. I will call you what I will call you. This is Larry Butts. He's a bit of a troublemaker, but he's one of my only friends from back when we were little kids. Ever since he developed a passion for art, he's been trying to make it big as Louis Denim. But new name or not, it's still the same old Larry. Oh, grade school buddies! I need to go tell Gregory about this. He'll be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you never click with anybody. You that edgy? You're lucky to have a friend like me. I never knew I was the cause of such worries from my father. Never mind that now, Larry. What are you doing here? Louise, edgy! How many times do I have to tell you? It's Louise! What are you doing here? Yeah, what's with the demon eyes? Alright, I'll talk. Just stop looking at me like that. Good, now talk. You want to know why I'm here? Why the heck do you think? My art, of course. Oh, and I'm coming out here with Dave Lewis too. So, thought I better scope the place out. So, not actually for your art at all. Louise, my man, an artist and a romantic. You'll have to introduce me to this lady friend of yours. Oh, sure, I'm since to have somebody take an interest for once. Spare me. Spare me? Oh, by the way, Mauricio, did you notice anything when you found the victim? Nothing in particular. Didn't you say you'd seen something awful? Oh, that. The old guy, he just appeared and then, splat, he was on the floor. Scared the life out of me. But for once, I had nothing to do with any of it. Don't look so proud. That's the least we should be able to hope for. Yep, and I'm guessing that's Judy. Well, I guess I can only apologize for the trouble you've experienced. I'm Judy Bound, the gallery manager. Another person from the IS-7 incident. Good to see you, Judes. Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. She was at the reception desk when we arrived, so she's the one in charge here. I can't believe you had to go through something so awful on our first day in business. Hey, quit that. It's not your fault. Oh, wait, I guess I better introduce you guys. Judy, meet Miles Edgeworth, son of the late great Gregory. Really? You're Mr. Edgeworth's son? Well. Oh, there we go. The decorated man's son here with us. 18 long years have passed, but now look, he's here at last. It's very lovely to meet you, Mr. Fine Attorney number 2. Judy, that was the is you in good voice as ever. Miles Edgeworth, Prosecutor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, you're a prosecutor? No, I'm so sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. She's very polite, but there's something strange about her. Hey, Judy, can I, get an autograph? You can write in here. Your sketch pad. Well, you're sure you'd even want such a thing. Why do you want it, Larry? Rude! You know who she is, right? Come now, Miles, you don't keep up with showbiz news or nothing. Guess that's no big surprise. What's going on? Why do you look at me like that? He looks like he just did the worst possible thing, and these two are looking like sacrilege. Judy is here as a living legend, not just TV, movies, musicals, chart-topping hits, you name it. Oh, don't be so silly. I'm just a humble art gallery owner now. I finally quit the biz for good. I finished shooting my last movie just the other day, in fact. Some of my co-stars were kind enough to say that they would come visit once we opened. Anyway, here you are, and good luck with your artistic endeavors. Thanks so much, Judy. I'll treasure it to my dying day. You and me are peas in a pod, Louise. Peas in a gosh dang pod. How lovely for you both. Larry, could you go practice your drawing somewhere or something? You did come all the way to an art gallery after all. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity. A real artist drawing our exhibits? What an honor. Guess even you can have a bright idea once in a while, IG. Alright, Judy, seeing as you were so nice about it, guess I will. Be right back. There he goes. Finally, he's gone. He's a real live writer, that one. That's one way of putting it. I can only apologize. By the way, there was another woman with you before. Where is she now? You mean Delicia Scone? She's in the medical room helping to care for Mr. Gusto. I call it the medical room, but it isn't quite so grand, of course. I couldn't stay with them, as I'm the only one on staff, and I can't leave the gallery unattended for long. Delicious Scone. We've heard the name before, haven't we, Fender? Sure have. Sounds like our ISM bingo card is complete. We got all the big names here. Except for that detective and a man from a comic, of course, but one's retired and one's dead. Actually, I think he was I think the first guy was retired and then arrested. Something tells me this isn't a quink-dink. Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea? A drop of old duty-bound special blend? Why not? For all time's sake. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I better go and explain things to the other visitors. You go do your... Oh, that's Fender. You go do your thing, Jude. Thanks again. This is Roma. Cylon, I believe. Let's give it a try. This is a fine blend. A top quality Cylon indeed. It's citrus aroma. It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Oh. The old man said those exact words 18 years ago. And he takes me back. There's just one difference. Jews cooled the saucers back then. Not today, though, it seems. Anyway, don't you think this is a little odd? Don't you think this is all a little odd? Every single person from an 18-year-old case all assembled in the same place at the same time? Yes, it almost feels as if an investigation is in order. Speaking of investigation, well, the whole crew's here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you can't start an investigation about us. We're just as important in this game as you, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you alright? Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, we heard you got caught up in a poison gas attack, so we came as fast as we could. Oh, but this isn't the cavalry. Come on, team, bring it in. No way. Besides, you're both doing just fine. Gummy and I got ourselves all worked up over nothing. Detective Gumshoe, what were you thinking bringing Kay with you? Sorry, sir. I knew it was dangerous over the poison gas and all, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. I ran, but I just couldn't shake her off. When it comes to running away, the great thief right here is the world champ. Also, even if he did lost me, I would have come up here. I would have shown up here eventually. Then run away. Don't chase the poor detective. You're all set, sir. Just say the word and I'll head in there and start investigating. You guys stay here. That gas could still be dangerous. All right, we're counting on you, detective. Good luck in it. Good luck in it, Diggy boy. Wait a second. Wasn't this door locked earlier? No way. Cummings all looks like a real detective. Real detective. I'm so proud of him. But he is a real detective. This is Edgeworth speaking. Mr. Edgeworth, looks like the gas is mostly dissipated, sir. I don't know, I might be. Wait a second. I'm so confused with these doors. Very good, detective. Now calm down and tell me what you see. Yes, sir. First up, the exhibits. There's a statue of two people on the left side. And on the right, some kind of two-horned animal. Wait, statue of two people and a two-horned animal? That sounds familiar. In fact, it sounds identical to the display in the Winter Wing. Other than that, the place is looking pretty damp. The sprinklers spray the place good. That's what stopped the gas from spreading. The sprinklers. Are there any signs of a fire? No, sir. And the fire alarm hasn't been triggered. Either. Sprinklers look like the type that detect heat and smoke. Wait, so the Winter Wing and the Autumn Wing are identical? Oh, this is interesting. When they detect something, they set an alarm, either fire or smoke, to the security room. Guess they read the gas of smoke and trigger the smoke alarm that way. And was anyone in the security room when that alarm went off? This place only has one employee, and that's Judy Bound, the manager. And she was at the reception desk across from the security room the whole time since the gallery opened. So she heard the alarm from across the way and turned on the sprinklers. Yeah, seems to only be switched on manually, and only from there. I wouldn't want the art getting soaked for no good reason, I guess. Even if it's manual, you could maybe check how bad the fire was and try to get some stuff out first. So the security setup is geared around protecting the exhibits. That makes sense in her art gallery, I guess. Ugh. And one more thing, it's freezing in here. This isn't the autumn wing, it's the deep midwinter wing. So the autumn wing is cold too. I checked the temperature, it's 26.5 degrees in here, sir. Why is the autumn wing being kept at the same temperature as the winter wing? That's about all I've got for now. I'll let you know if I find anything else, sir. Understood. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. Interesting. April 2nd, 11:15 a.m., Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. What did Gummy have to say? He said that the autumn wing is actually quite wintry. Huh? I don't get it. I'm wondering what it could mean myself, but it's a bit hard to tell from out here. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with the investigation. Amen to that, we need to see what the deal is for ourselves. Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime? Oh yeah, there is one guy, Miles' best bud. His what? Ugh, we have to. If we really don't want to talk to Larry. I really don't want to talk to. I really don't have to talk to Larry, but I guess we have no choice. And he's still sketching. Wait, that's. Okay, didn't expect to see you here. You look as fresh faced as ever. Yeah, long time no see, Larry, right? So here's the deal, okay. I'm Lil Reese right now. See, I'm also a bit of an artist. Ah, so is your alias. I like it. Good to see you, Luis. I always think you're a nice thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. Stays at Edgeworth. I am not going to dignify that response. I have some questions for you, Larry. What the? How am I a suspect? Just because I found the guy, that doesn't mean I did the crime. Never said you did. I just need you to tell us about you. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so exactly? Look, I didn't see anything, and I didn't do anything. Okay? I don't think I did. Anyway. Oh, Chief, you didn't sound too sure of yourself at the end there. There's something you should know about him, Bender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary, for want of a better word. His ability to cause trouble too. Suppose I better find out what he did this time. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be another mine chest, is it? Yep, here we go. Mine chests. Our aim is to uncover anything that Larry might be hiding. However, I didn't see anything. I didn't do anything. You can't prove otherwise. I got 2 pawns and a queen. Try to take me down, buddy. It's almost impossible for him to keep his cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated. Wait for him to calm down. Let's start asking him about going into detail of what he's doing here. He shouldn't prove to be much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. He's just saying this. He's not that mentally strong. Why are you here? Why exactly did you come to the gallery today? What kind of question is that? What, do you think I don't belong in a gallery or something? He kind of shouted, so I'm gonna bide my time. Hey, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it. They're all just scribbles to begin with. I'm joking, okay? I never scribble on one of my pieces. How could I? They're valuable artworks. According to you, perhaps. I imagine I might struggle to agree. Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Look like some people actually believe in my work. And those people like an eye for aesthetics. These options are all about just roasting Larry. She's called Lulu, okay? And she sends me pictures of masterpieces. So if she likes something, I'll draw for her. Anything at all. And where is this Lulu? How come you're here alone? What? I gotta get me apart from this goal for 1 second. I have my own life too, you know. Why not come here together? Wow, I have to bide my time a lot with this guy. Fine, Lulu said she's Gemini, okay? So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on a date. And I expect you're pretty proud of this sketch. Not so much this time, actually. But you know, it's for being your sign and all. I just thought maybe she might kind of like it. So you're here for the Gemini sculpture. How very like you to try to tell me nothing and give so much away in the process. So, to summarize, you came in today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend Lulu. Bam! What? How did you figure all that out? From your insensate prattling, you just can't help yourself, can you? Fine, then I won't say another word. Larry may want to keep his mouth shut now, but I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him for what he did after he arrived to the gallery. We'll soon see where he's hiding. It's just a matter of time. What did you do once you got here? Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here. What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I didn't know what was where. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. You didn't get a pamphlet. Hang on. What gives, Edgy? If you don't have anything to ask, let me be back to... Okay, that was wrong. Wait! Guess I ignored him and his blathering too long. Wrong one. He's sending your opponent's reaction. Okay, I guess I didn't realize what I was doing. Okay, well... I guess he wasn't really angry, so... You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance via the reception desk. Huh? You mean entry isn't... It's not free to get in here, you snuck in! You did it? You mean to tell me that you entered without paying? I'm sorry, okay? I wasn't deliberate. There wasn't anybody by the reception desk at all, so I thought entry must be free. Miss Bound was at the reception desk. You're saying Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk at the time? Yeah, but looked like there was maybe somebody in the little room opposite. Interesting. According to Detective Gumshoe, Miss Bound had to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. And I expect she wasn't at the reception desk because she was busy responding to the incident. And right after she finally got the place open for business, too. Poor Judy. The Winter Wing, the gal's greatest attraction. It's gonna be ruined now. You know a lot about the Winter Wing. You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here to draw just so happens to be in said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? Oh, how'd you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. But he doesn't want to confess so easily. Then again, he's always managed to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more you can tell us about the Winter Wing. Okay, let's see what we're doing next. I expect Larry has found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully and see what information I can glean from him. I'm done with you. Go home. Wow, you can really just tell Larry to leave. Larry, be honest. Did you enter the Winter Wing? What is that? Is that suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but... Ah, shoot. Ah, I could have sworn. Okay. Ow. Oh, shoot. I'm not doing so good here. I spent too much time laughing over that one. You tried to get in, but you couldn't. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get in there, but that little guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking. So you unwilled to enter the Winter Wing because the victim emerged and collapsed in front of you. Yeah, he came out of the Winter Wing door, and then down he went. Oh, but wasn't it the Autumn Wing the victim came out of? It's that stupid poison gas that never happened. He'd be here happily sketching away right now. Larry seems to have the Autumn and Winter Wings mixed up. Regardless, it seems his aim really was to make a sketch of one of the statues. This could be a useful clue. I have to be very careful here. What did you see in the Winter Wing, Larry? You don't let up, do you? I told you, I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. Thought I'd go meet my girlfriend instead. I think it's time to deploy my clue. Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of the statues for your girlfriend? You gave up on that a little easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something, even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse. Well, I did not see something, but that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it? I was really down to the wire on this one. Really, Larry? You could at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry Butts, that you did in fact see something totally terrifying. How would you do it, Edgy? Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine. Guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets, given your track record. Wasn't exactly the most edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate. Like, man, I really just wasted 5 minutes interrogating Larry. I couldn't help staring at the Gemini statue. My eyes were drawn to it. You keep talking about a Gemini statue. There's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible. What do you mean? You think I saw a ghost statue or something? Larry was still laboring under the misconception that he was looking at the Winter Wing. This piece of evidence shows us what Larry was really looking at. Take a look at this pamphlet. The Autumn Wing features sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini in the Winter Wing for myself. Which means that whatever you saw, it can't have been a statue of Gemini. Guess that makes sense. Why is he not more surprised by that? It did seem pretty weird now that I think about it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either. Other stuff? You're interested in it too, aren't you, Reggie? Great, let me show you. Show me what exactly? I drew a picture of it all. Got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not confident in my work, so, I want to see. Really? All right, here. Oh, shit. Wait, what the earth? It's grotesque. You're trying to tell me that the statue was crying tears of blood? I have to say, Louise, it's pretty scary. Right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of the Gemini, but up and turned into a god right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad I screamed out loud. So it wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him after all. Look, it sounds like Larry didn't even realize what he was drawing until after he drew it. Which is a very Larry thing for him to do. Wait, when you say turn into a goddess, what do you mean exactly? Please don't tell me. Ugh, it's another flying angel, of course. What do you mean, what do I mean? The bottom half is only a fish, that's what I mean. A goddess with a fishy bottom half. Sounds like Pisces to me. It is all based on this legend of a goddess and her son turning into a fish to escape some baddie. Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. And do you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood turning into a fish? That's some pretty cursed stuff right there. Don't be a fool. Imagine somebody mistook one statue for the other. Ah, look at you, tucking it carefully into your organizer. Somebody thought I might have a use for it later. Maybe in the bathroom! Is he implying he's gonna use it as toilet paper? You're the worst, Edgy, the worst. Kinda freaky deakin though, huh? A statue of a bottom half that changes shape? I'm pretty keen to find out what went down in the Autumn Wing, aren't you? I suppose I am, yes? Could be some kind of trick to the Pisces statue, perhaps. Oh, it's Gumshoe again. Probably. Yes, Edgeworth speaking. I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now. Thanks. Go work, detective. It seems it's finally safe to enter the Autumn Wing. Good detective sure is impeccable diamond. Come on, let's go take a look. I want to see his Pisces statue. You going in there, Kay? Then maybe I should come along too. Did you really think I was going to leave you out here on your own? I know better than that. He does not trust Larry to keep watch for himself. Oh, alright everyone, to the Autumn Wing. We are last. And it really does look a lot like the Winter Wing. Glad you can make it. Oh, hey there. You're Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry. No, for the last time, the name is Louise Denim. Detective, your report, if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, I found a blowtorch. The nozzle was still warm when I found it, so I guess it was used pretty recently. Was somebody using it to heat something? Use blowtorch, jot down the organizer. Was the step ladder already like that when you enter? Yeah, guess what it's used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid. Is that so? The Pisces statue. Oh, you sure are being a constellation, sir. You know what one of the other cases too? This is the autumn wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn. Guess it's not fooling you, sir. Thought it was supposed to be Taurus. That weird collapse draped around it kind of tripped me up. Isn't that a piece of luminous cloth from way back when? What's that doing here? Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident too. The luminous cloth is back in the organizer. Take a look around. It seems there's a piece of luminous cloth on each of the other cases too. Yeah, and that just makes me want to see what's hiding underneath real bad. Sure, let me whip them all right off for you. What do we got? Wow, they're beautiful. So the transformation Larry witnessed. Could it have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue statue's lower half fell away? See, Edgy, see, I wasn't imagining things, I wasn't mistaken. Yeah. Listen, Monster, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that somebody deliberately tried to make this room look just like the Winter Wing. Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. They even covered the statues up in just such a way to make them look similar. With a cloth over the bottom half, the Pisces and Gemini statues look almost the same. Did it for Capricorn. Look over his bottom half up, and he looks pretty much like Taurus. The other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering their cases completely was the only answer. So somebody went to some lengths to disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing. I think we need to take a closer look at the things in here, wouldn't you, Fender? Uh-oh. And they're here. We've been confronted. Mr. Winter and Just Gravel. Oh, what the heck are you guys doing here? You're the last thing I need. This is my scene, you hear? Mr. Edgeworth, it seems I failed in my duty yet again. I pray one day to make you see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. I will have to give serious consideration as to how the gods of justice would have me judge you. You got it all wrong. It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way around. It was? Well, you know what that means, Detective Flatfoot. Oh, you mean? Exactly. Your, salary check is taking a hit. Bet you're looking forward to payday now. Heh, always wanted to say that. Man, getting a wage cut from you, of all people. Not so fast, no, not so fast, Mr. Winter. The only one that could cut Gumshoe's I was about to say cut Gumshoe's autopsy report. The only person that could cut Gumshoe's salary is me. I was simply assisting with the police's investigation as witness and bystander. Detective Gumshoe is entirely in the right. Oh, he is, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead? That's not what I'm saying at all. Hey, I wouldn't mind a little salary bump. Your compassion and generosity are truly heartwarming, Eustace. But we must take into account past transgressions when making judgments on that concern in the future. And I hereby judge Mr. Edgeworth and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed ground of the scene. What? But we only just got here. The gods of justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace, and Eustace alone. But what you mean, this is Mr. Winter's case? That's exactly what she means. It's time for the Lumberjacks to get off the stage. After all, I have solved this one already. I have suspect lined up and everything. Why'd you say a suspect already? Who? Who else but your artist friend over there? Huh? Me? What's going on, Edgy? I didn't... Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works. I love the idea that he just, like, walked into the room, looked out and see people, looked at Larry, and was like, yeah, that guy's suspicious, let's arrest him. I'm surprised you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset. Lack the attitude? Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. Well put, Eustace. Miss Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude. Yeah, exactly. Where's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless. Underestimating my information gathering skills at your own peril. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor if there are a few questions, and he told me where the poison gas came from. And where might have that have been? It was this chemical you find everywhere. Can't think of the name just now though. Wait just a second, let me just calm real quick. Perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why let him make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals. Ubiquinum and asphyxion. Huh. What kind of chemicals are they? Ubiquinum is a wet liquid used in all manners of everyday products. Paint and dishwashing liquids among various others. On its own, it's entirely benign. So it's something anyone could get their hands on. Precisely. The same cannot be said for asphyxion. That does sound nasty. What is it used for? It is the main ingredient in a product called Infesticide Ultra. It is pure white in color and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is not impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. Poison gas green is data jot down in the organizer. I'm back, and I know the name of the chemical now. Don't waste your breath, Judge Cavell informed us already. Huh? Oh, great. That'll make this quicker, I guess. So the source of the gas in Ubiquinum is used in paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't accuse me just because of that. Objection to the paints on that palette of in your hand. Edgy, is this kid okay? He seems a little... Indeed, I haven't known him long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong conclusions. Hey, quit talking about like I'm not even here. Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you, nothing more. Why not give them yet another reason to feed you with one of your winning deductions? Winning? Yeah, good idea. Get a load of this, losers. Oh, cool, we're doing arguments now. Yeah, I get to do stuff. Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim, and was the first on the scene, correct? And the gas the victim was poisoned with was made from ubiquinum, which, as we know, is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person, and he was one minute right away from the victim. We're surely mixing the winner on our list of suspects. Right, Gambit? You think so too, right? It is a possibility that certainly can't be discounted. Well, would the artist like to share his version of events? Did you leave red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister? The catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps? Think I might let my heart there, you know, and you might have picked it up. I'd be careful what you say to me. My cat was already primed to deliver a guilty verdict. Objection! We're not even in court. Ignore him, please, Your Honor. It's for the best. Quit stalling! You can't run away from the fact that my reasoning is flawless. So admit defeat and crawling out of here, your tails between your legs, because I win. I have better things to do than pick holes in your faulty logic, but I don't suppose I have much choice. I'm just gonna go ahead and present the evidence, because I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yep. It is made from that, but it has something else. Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid. Unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. So you agree that I deserve a prize? Well, you deserve to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture of Pisces. It did, and it was created by the artist guy. But the red paint we know of is full of ubiquinum. Let me offer you a bit of advice, one prosecutor to another. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas created when ubiquinum is mixed with another substance, asphyxion. Paint containing ubiquinum alone wouldn't create any kind of gas at all. Oh, it wouldn't? I thought they said that the guy was asphyxiated with ubiquinum. So you're telling me all this? So you're telling me all this was based on mishearing of forensic reports? Yeah. The guys had already done his work by the time Mr. Butts found the victim. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about. My aptitude? What does it even mean? Well, you literally used the word 5 minutes ago. It means one's ability or how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other word you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely. Heck, what you're doing? You're making fun of me again. What I am doing is demonstrating that you do not have the aptitude required to head up this investigation. Before going any further, you might wish to consider some of the flaws in your own statements. And what flaws might those be? Firstly, that you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the Autumn Wing. And secondly, that you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination of the red ubiquitrum with white Amphixion. And how exactly were the two substances introduced to one another? Surely we need to figure that out before anything else. Indeed we do. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next. Or what he would already be investigating had you not been here making needless trouble. You're not here to make trouble. Quite the opposite, in fact. We're here to help. Are you saying you know how the gas is made? I don't believe you. I can certainly point you towards a vital clue as to how it was done. He's bluffing, Eustace. Ignore him. It's fine, Gavel. He's clearly lying. Might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. Yeah, if you're sure. Come on, then. Show me what you got. What shows how the gas was created? Wait. Shit, it wouldn't be the sketch, would it? It'd probably be the sketch, actually. Yeah. You think this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas? That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Thank you for noticing. Well, they do have, I say, a good eye. The red teals Mr. Bust saw. That was the Ubiquitrum. What? Wait a second. You're saying the statue cried the stuff out? So what's our culpa? So what? So our culpa is some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to... how much time am I going to waste taking him through this step by step? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the gas. They must have mixed up with something else inside that case. What? And what happens? Yeah, that's what happened. The evidence is right there in the sketch I just showed you. I need to point out the part that shows that the two liquids are mixed together. Take that! Observe the pool of pink liquid beneath the Pisces statue's glass case. This clearly shows that the two chemicals mixed. What? Wait! I don't get it. How does that prove that some Ubiquitrum mixed with some Amphixion? We have an artist with us. Why don't we ask him? Larry, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colors. What happens when you mix red with white? Don't you like a dumb Edry? I did grad from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white make pink. I mean, there's a variation. You got rose pinks, you have baby pinks. That'll be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winter? Mr. Winter? Oh, I'm mixing up words with case. Mr. Winter. Larry, you can get your hand out of my face. Oh, I think I do. The pink one is red, Amphixion is white. Mix the two together, and you get pink. That's what the pink liquid is. Yes, very good. We got there in the end. Yes. Interesting. I think you finally convinced him. Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility and nothing more. We cannot know for sure that this shows the result of the two chemicals having mixed. And besides, the sketch you are attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by a suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its veracity? Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. True artists never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Oof, it's a cold one, but I like it. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfaction. It may not be wise to jeopardize your position any further, Mr. Edgeworth. Especially if there's another question as to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter the Autumn Wing? Until you're able to, there is little more to discuss. Wait! Maybe the victim can help. Maybe the victim can help us out with that. Mr. Gusto, he is still unconscious and in critical condition. He is? Oh. So no testimony from him in the meantime. Now, if you don't mind, Eustace needs to carry out his own investigation in this area. If you'd be so kind as to leave him in peace. We call to hold it. Larry, what are you doing? For the presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Now then, there is something you wish to say? Mr. Artist? If you could just hold that pose for a moment there, Miss Queen. I'm Justice Ray Gavel, and I'll be grateful if you would dispense with the childish epithets. Oh, finally she tells me your name. Nice to meet you, Verity. Name's Winston, but you can call me Luis. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Denim. Oh, yeah, sorry, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it, and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear that the door can be unlocked from inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked at the time as you claim it. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I'm afraid. Well, as it happens, I could back our pal up here up on that. What? Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it's just like the guy said. It was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Miles Sereno? It is. I distinctly remember how it went. So, went to wing. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. Yeah, he's open for bees, but the winter wonder wings off limits? What gives? Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter this room from the outside. And what is to say that your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim of the entire time? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. So for a gas mask to be like, I doubt you'll find one. I see. Now I suppose we'll have to take you at your collective word. That was a little too easy. Well, Judge Gravel, do you accept that Mr. Bus is no longer a viable suspect? And that once again Mr. Winter's deductions have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more information, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. It's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well, then perhaps we should call our next suspect. Mr. Denim, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Go, you mean? I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please. Overruled. Get out. Show no mercy. Squish my heart to gooey mush. I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? The pharmacist Delicious Scone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on a bottle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea where such a thing might be acquired. Oh. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, we will go and fetch the suspect. Your winning smile will bring him running, I'm sure. My winning? Of course, Goodell. Let's go get her at once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot, you carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay?
Sure. Whatever, I guess.
Is it possible? Could Judge Cavell have suspected Mrs. Go from the start? Now that you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winter like she usually does, huh? Looks like you use your angle here, Judge Cavell. Interesting. To be continued. Okay, so on to the next part of the case then. About an hour in, we can keep going for a bit. Doop-doo-doo. It is now 12:05 p.m. They sure are taking their time. That was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Sorry to keep you losing rating. But wait no longer. I won the race to find Delicious Scone, and here she is. Hello, dears. Lovely young man. You said you wanted to speak to me. Delicious Scone, purveyor the most wondrous wares a pharmacist can offer at your service. Delicious to my pals, even Miss Delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever I want. Alright, Winnie Pooh, whatever you say. It's lovely to meet you, dearie.
So much for the call me the winner.
Oh, have you met before, young man? Get a load of this, Delicia. That's Miles Edgeworth, Gregory's son. Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miles.
You must address me by my given name. Just Miles will do.
Oh, Gregory Piglet's boy. And all grown up, too. Make me feel my age, why don't you?
Wonder just how old she is. Does this still tell us that? It does not.
We still have no clue how old this person is. Eustace, I believe we have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh, yeah. What brings you together today, Miss Scone? Why, I came to see the old Moody Judy, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me visiting her now. I understand that you helped look after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath of the attack. Oh, it didn't do much, really. Just whipped up quick antidote for the dear old doctor. Wow, you can make an antidote just like that? Oh, yes, dear. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can throw together just about any medicine you like. It certainly helped that medical room was well equipped, though. You were much better off treating him here than losing Madame Miz to take him to a hospital. Anyway, we did what we could. The rest, well, that's up to him. And do you know the victim is delicious? Oh, yes, well, sort of. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently he's famous these days. One of the best confectioners in the world. Or so they say. Interesting. So he's a well-known public figure. Oh, yes, dear. He was on the news and everything. Confectionery crafting king of the world, they said. Wow, so the old dog really went to Zhang Fang, upped his game, just like he said he would. Why is Zhang Fang so popular in these games? Perhaps if we could proceed to the matter at hand, Miss Scone. Are you familiar with the substance known as Infesticide Ultra? Of course, dear. You used to well, he would have, you know what, kill things, basically. Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. But I ask what you mean by you-know-what. They don't apply to supply the life of the poor, innocent ladies like yours. Truly, that's what. Got little creatures running around people's nice, clean kitchens and terrorizing them. Oh, I get it. Those cockroaches. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Are you aware of what happens when chemical Epexion and Ubiquium are combined? Oh, yes? It's right there in the Infesticide Ultra instructions. Do not mix with products containing Ubiquium. Ever. Because if you do, they react with each other and make a horrible poisonous gas. What was it again? Effects of inhalation include respiratory complications and, well, death. Poor old Gusty was really needed to make it. To make that much gas, you need, probably 500 milliliters of each chemical, I'd say. She certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Ubiquium's awfully thick and sticky. It heats up very quickly indeed. It's also bright red. It smells minty fresh. Oh, and it's cheap as chips. That's why they use it in everything. Epexion is more watery and is white in color. That will do, thank you. You are clearly well informed, Miss Scone. That was well it should be, dearie. After all, Infesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. What? Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. Yes, Miss Scone, very interesting indeed. I think that tells us all we need to know. Strange. I thought she suspected Miss Scone. Something in that smile makes me wonder if she has some other angle in mind. What is it, Detective Flatfoot? Any developments to report?
Yes, sir. Turns out the sculpture's glass display case is open from the top.
Huh? That's rather unusual.
And the temperature side can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces statue is kept at 26 degrees. Dang near got my hands stuck to it.
Oh, lucky you escaped alive. Anything more relevant to the case?
Yeah, they found something on the underside top part of the Pisces case. Traces of Ubiquium.
Oh, now we're talking. That's odd. If there was a Ubiquium stuck to it, it should have stayed stuck. After all, at 26 degrees, it would have been frozen solid. It would, huh? So, how do things wind up as they are now?
I think Kay might be able to help us figure out just that. Or at least Mr. Thief might.
Because of that desperate to get on my good side, huh? Fine, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but take it away. Can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy. But whatever, anything but the truth. Before you get too carried away, the Goddess of Justice has no need for your help. We will find the truth ourselves. Ouch! Where's the first Judge G? Your baby prosecutor just gave us the big thumbs up. What's the issue here? Oh wait, don't tell me the committee has some dirty little secret doesn't want us finding out. I'm not required to explain myself to you. But if you feel that you absolutely must participate in the investigation, perhaps you can prove to me that it will be worth our while to keep you around. What exactly does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release of the poison gas? If you can answer this question, I will consent to your participation in the investigation. You hear the latest, Miles? Somebody opened up the Pisces gates and let out that gas. Seeing what we've learned so far, there's only one person it could possibly be, no?
Yes, the answer is indisputable.
In that case, please kindly provide it now. Who released the poison gas? Probably this guy. Absolutely him.
The victim, Camilla Augusto, is the only person to have entered the Autumn Wing. Thus, only he could have opened the case.
Correct. That appears to be the only logical answer. Very well. I'll permit your participation in this investigation to continue. However, if at any point I feel you are contributing nothing of value, you will be removed immediately.
Understood. Even Mr. Gusto did open the case. We still have no idea why.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, tell me what you want to see.
Let's use the data we've collected to recreate the scene before the poison gas went off.
On it. Green! No, don't skip it like that! So this is what you were talking about. You're Mr. Thief.
Let's begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. There's a generous amount of liquium frozen to the underside of the top part of the case.
Yeah, which is what's keeping that lid on real tight.
The actual glass lid is cracked, though, right? Somebody really went to town in your little house there, huh, Pisces?
Do we have any idea how the glass lid might have come to be so cracked?
Well, it doesn't look like they have a face inside the glass suffered any damage.
I see, so we have a cracked piece of glass that we know was ice cold on its inner facing side.
And we also know that it wasn't damaged in any direct way on its outward facing surface. Thoughts? Ice cold. Seems like a way you could glare at people, sir.
Cracks. Makes me think about those deeply etched lines in your forehead.
It was cracked by heat expansion. Applying heat to ice cold glass from the outside will cause it to crack.
Well, I appreciate the science lesson, but why is it all heat cracked in the first place?
Why, indeed. A heat-cracked glass lid, lined on its underside with frozen ubiquitous. This is where the blowtorch is going to come in.
You look like the guy that got the cream monster, you know? You know what happened? You know what happened, don't you?
I certainly do. What's more, I know how Mr. Gusto opened the case.
What? But you didn't give me a chance to figure it out first.
Would have been quite the wait. It would have been quite the wow. Would have been 3 hours before you figured it out.
Well, don't keep it to yourself, Edgeworth. I want answers. How did Mr. Gusto open the case?
Take that.
The blowtorch showed signs of having been used recently when it was found here on the autumn wing. I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack.
A blowtorch? Who uses the blowtorch to open a glass case? Oh, I get it. Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquitous so he could open the lid.
Indeed.
You beat me to the answer by a second. Woozy wins in the end. Don't try and tell us you know you had it. You didn't have a clue. No, it was Edgeworth making things hard to understand.
Okay, would you mind updating the recreation so that Mr. Winter can follow along too?
Sure, just for him. All right, here goes.
we're just constantly roasting this guy. Mr. Gusto was alone in the autumn wing, and while he was here, he used this blowtorch to melt the frozen ubiquitous on the underside of the lid.
And?
As the ubiquitous melted, it mixed with the asphyxiant, and that was already present inside the glass case, thereby producing our poisonous gas. When Mr. Gusto finally managed to open the lid, he would have released the gas and poisoned himself. He made it as far as the fountain room when he collapsed.
So he opened the case and out came the gas, huh?
Seems we got there in the end.
But why the heck a doodle? Why the heck a doodle did he want to open the case in the first place?
I'm not sure. In fact, I don't even know what his ultimate goal was.
I'm thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did, to check out not the autumn wing, but the winter wing.
Oh,
you remember, right? I thought this was where the winter wing was when we first got here. Cultura too, did it, my little Eddie Lumpkin? I was ever so confused with it being here where Chillywing's room was all those years ago. There's even the same little tree in front of the blessed door. Who wouldn't be all 6 and 7s, eh? Did everyone involved with the IS-7 incident make the same mistake? I think we need to go and take another look at the winter wing. It's time to see how quickly I can convince Mr. Winter, I suppose. Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer!
The answer to what exactly?
The man was going to end it all. A dramatic exit stage left sort of artsy-fartsy farewell. Have you been listening at all this whole time? I'm eligible. I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on. Perhaps I could explain a few of the finer details to you later used to its winner's prerogative. Winners? Sure. Thanks, Abel. Thank you indeed. I find it's always best to leave things like that, like child wrangling to a professional. We just actively roast how old is he? We're just actively roasting a 17-year-old. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. What was it now? I took a liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it for me. That's nothing to brag about, you know. Shut up! Can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put a pin in my let's put a pin in my little theory for now. Yeah, I have something more important to tell you. It was Miss Delicious who set the poison gas trap. Yeah, how could you say that? I was really sad to learn this, Miss Scone. Your profession is one dedicated to saving lives, and yet you use your expertise to try to take one. I beg your pardon. How dare you? I didn't know such thing. Perhaps you could explain, Mr. Winner. You bet I can. Get a load of this. This is Miss Delicious's pharmacist's license, and it says right here that she's authorized to handle Pesticide Ultra. Our product that we have established contains asphyxion, one of the ingredients of our poison gas. Exactly. It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person. She is a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. It's just a terrible misunderstanding. Objection. And that's not all. There was a bottle of Pesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. Yeah. We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical room. What better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, No. There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Pesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound and the owner of the gallery, meaning you would have had access to the building, ample opportunity to prepare your trap. No, do you listen? You don't understand. This Pesticide Ultra was stolen from me. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. I'm not lying. It's my bag somewhere. I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar. No, here we go. I knew it was in here somewhere. Look. And what is this? There's something written on it, I think. April 1st, complaint filed. Offense theft. Item stolen in Pesticide Ultra, 1 bottle. It's a crime report relating to a theft. What? See, you silly billies, I told you somebody pinched it off me. A week ago, no less. But what do you mean to say that it was not in your possession at any point today? That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know? I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Now, thanks to me, it's almost got a mixed up a cloud of poison gas with the stuff. I see. But why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance around with you? Well, like I said, just in case, you never know when one of them might appear. You mean the ghastly little creatures that run around in people's nice, clean kitchen types of them? You could just roll up a newspaper and whack! One and done! Psst, Gambit, what do I do now? Of course. I think perhaps there may be ways to confirm the authenticity of the crime report just to be safe. It can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story after all. He may be lying to us. Good idea! Alright, I'm gonna go give the precinct a call. Don't go anywhere. I'll leave the room again. Goodbye. So Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed. If she really were the one who started with the poison gas trap, I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her. So who do you think did it, Smiles? Someone with knowledge of the victim's likely behavior, the time and the means to prepare. 2 factors which point to one very specific person. Oh yeah, who might that be? Don't leave us hanging, big guy. Who had the means to steal the Pesticide Ultra and dress one room to look like another? It'd be her, wouldn't it? Take that! Surely only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could possibly be prepared in such a way. We need some solid evidence to support such a theory, nonetheless. So it was her, huh? Strange. It's like he already knew. Ooh, nice shooting, Maserino. I might have to make that associate position a permanent deal. That is not what I was hoping for. Ahem. I'm back with results. The police have confirmed that the theft really was reported and logged. Which means we may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions, team. You mean that every single one of your conclusions proved to be hogwash? No, I mean, we're only just getting started. Oh, then what's our next move? Well, first we need to go and talk to Miss Bound. And then, I'll think of what to do after that. Eustace, Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been the Winter Wing. Perhaps it would be worth having someone investigate that room more thoroughly. Oh, yeah, we should totally do that. Flapper, go investigate the Winter Wing.
Yes, sir.
Cavell, we're going to check to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace.
We'll join you if you don't mind.
Is that him? Is that his spray of being on the phone? Alright, you have your orders? Go talk to Bound for me. Hey, Mr. Winter, weren't you gonna go talk with Miss Bound yourselves? Sure, but I thought, why not let the grunts handle the work, you know? Means I can just sit back and wait for the report. A winning strategy. You spoiled little... he's so exhausting. I need a break. Huh? There's something in the fountain.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's a body. What on earth? Ugh.
Order in the court. Somebody call forensics.
Bad news, sir. Real bad news.
Order, detective.
The Yipes Ghost is in the Winter Wing. They've all melted.
Oh, shit. What? Huh?
Say?
Wait. What did Huh say? Wow. He didn't even realize it, so he couldn't say you for the sentence. That's hilarious. What's the meaning of this? Now we have 2 victims? Eesh, I got deja vu. Just like 18 years ago. Even the ice melted again. Again? This is like some weird rerun. Same people, same everything. As I said before, and I'll say it again. This is no coinkydink. You with me, right, Miles Sereno?
I am.
I think the answers lie in the IS-7 incident itself. In fact, I'm convinced of it. Great minds think alike. Alrighty then. Time for another trip down memory lane.
Wow, that was a very short segment.
That was so short. Traveling back in time again. Still can't believe the IS-7 was Gregory's last case. That has been 18 long years since. A murder of the confectionery contest. And one of the participants, no less, Artie Frost. They pulled his body out of their treasure chest that was part of Samson Tangaro's chocolate tableau. He'd been in the head of a large rock salt lamp, subsequently bled to death. We found the lamp hidden inside the candy castle which the scone had made for the contest. But then, before anyone else had the chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room, all of his icy creations had melted clean away.
18 years ago.
December 24, 9:05 p.m. Contest venue. Fountain room.
All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. Mr. Von Krommer wasn't very happy. Told us to get out, in no uncertain terms.
So what do we do now, Mr. E? I just can't believe he just up and kicked us out. Von Krommer's a total jerk.
Now, Eddie, it's always a job of the police and prosecutor's office to investigate the scene.
Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if we're cops or attorneys? We should all be working together to find the truth.
You can't assume that everybody you can't assume that everybody's aims are the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things at face value. Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person.
But what if somebody is innocent ends up behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth?
It can happen. All human, police and prosecutors included. Which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in such situations, to be friends to the friendless.
Friends to the friendless.
Now, we may not be able to investigate Mr. Frost's room as hoped, but that doesn't mean we give up.
Ah, you're right, Miss D. I'm sorry, I should have thought more before I opened my big mouth.
You're young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough.
I will, I promise. Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I'm afraid this is all I have, but please, by all means. Whoa, you're the best, Miss Bound.
Chocolates adds to the record. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help, although these are a little too sweet for my liking. And a little uniquely shaped.
I'm sorry if they're not to your taste.
No way, great, so sweet.
You're very kind. Oh, imagine me of all people, a mediocre confectioner. What? You mean you made these yourself? Yes, Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treat is just one of my many duties. Although he does spend most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique. Mr. Tanjiro sure is a lucky guy. Getting to eat homemade sweets made by the one and only Judy Bound whenever he wants sounds amazing. Sorry, did you say something? Nope, nothing at all.
Dear sweet Eddie, you really do still have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to the work you do with Mr. Tanjiro at Miss Bound.
Of course, why would I have to stay here otherwise?
What do you mean by that?
I was abandoned as a baby. Mr. Tanjiro took me in.
What?
That's right. One snowy Christmas Eve, many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion. He saved my life. He became the father I never had. I can never repay him. So my work for him is the least I can do. I'll be here for him as long as he needs me. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
I must be getting old. I'm building up a little myself.
And to think today is Christmas Eve, and I can't even give him his present in person. I'd do anything to save him. Anything! Please, if there's something I can do to help, just say it.
We're grateful, Miss Bound. Perhaps you can help us by answering the question. Did you know the victim?
Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his work, I have a picture of his sculptures he made for the final.
My, they're stunning.
Aren't they? They think they're masterpieces. And who would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice? Samson adored them too. Oh, hey, that's Taurus a Gemini, right?
I didn't know you were keen on constellations and the zodiac, Eddie.
Oh, I love it. The stories those stars can tell. Take Gemini for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And the arrow and the hold up. The lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh? Did Mr. Frost forget to add them? Maybe? That doesn't sound like something he forgot to do. Wait, really? But I just said he didn't do them very well. Oh, well, he didn't seem like the type.
It seems she's got something to hide, too. You took this photograph yourself, Miss Bound.
Yes, I used this instant camera here. It develops the pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful. Ooh, I love to see in action. Then why don't I take a picture? Yes! Come on, Miss D, let's get a shot of the both of us.
Well, all right then. It would be a shame to waste a good hair day.
Ready? Say cheese. There, all done. And the picture's yours to keep, Mr. Fender. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera. Well, it's the only one we've got, so we use it for all of our picture-taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame.
So there aren't any negatives for us to reference, huh? I assume Mr. Tanjiro used the same camera during the contest.
Yes, used them correctly. He used it for some work-in-progress pictures of his seascape, and later to take some photos of the other contestants' work.
But didn't you take a picture of the body when you discovered it? And didn't you discover the body while the judging was still underway?
Yes, Samson wanted pictures of all the entrance completed rooms, but the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. So he asked me to go put a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were.
Otherwise, the film went out sooner than expected.
Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of the shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way.
But how do you really, though?
I went to a living area to change the film and was passing through the fountain room on the way back. When I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Samson's room. Samson? Are you in here? No! Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember I called the police, then I went to tell everybody else. And the camera, it's been with me ever since.
I see. I'd be grateful if you could lend us the camera in this picture, Miss Bound.
Of course, here you go.
Thank you.
His camera adds the car record.
Mr. Frost's room adds the car record. Oh, here we are.
Matt, Miss Scone, they done investigating? Not done with me, that's for certain. The big mini told me to clear off. Honestly, the mannequins be the end of me. The cheek of him.
Guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene.
Did he want you off too, Detective Bad? Yeah, Falcon seems to think I'm a nuisance. Can't do things his way with me around.
Why would Mr. Von Karma go so far as to include his own lead detective?
Still, got a pretty good look at the scene. As for Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room. What about? The fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going in there during the contest.
Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room.
That's right. I have to say, he looked very much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to. Well, he's scanning number one in the moment, as the guy who melted Frost's work.
Was that really why Mr. Gusto went to Mr. Frost's room?
Gotta follow the room right here if you need it. It's all yours. Oop. Wait, what? Why would you just give it to us? Do I gotta spell it out for you, kid? I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out. Detective. Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Buckham will be happy about this. Yeah, well, I'm not Buckham's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Him with some pesky rules scheme of finding the truth. Now can I, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad.
Wow, I can't believe you won him over, Mr. E. But I have the foggiest what you're all going on about, but you're still new friends, eh?
It's definitely nice to have a good detective on our side, that's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at that photograph.
Here. This is what Frost's room looks like right now. Yikes, this to the left is displayed with ice sculptures, but puddles. The floor appears to be
completely covered in a pale blue liquid. I should compare this to the photo I just borrowed from Miss Bound. I assume that the unplugged power cord has something to do with all this.
Yeah, once that was out of the socket, the display cases lost power, and up the temperature went. Looks like they were all connected to the same power strip.
Do you have any idea when it was unplugged?
No, still working on that. Those sculptures are beautiful. What a waste. You can see that again. I should have taken a few more bites of them when I had the chance. So they tasted good? Did they ever? I never tried ice so sumptuous in all my life. Really? Man, wish I could have I could have had a bite. No scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable.
The salty bit?
It's in the other folder you got there. This bit, the harpy thing.
I guess we know what happened to the strings. Jimenez liar.
Wait, that's why it has those strings? Because you ate them? I didn't eat that much, you little devil. I told you it was all horrible and salty.
It's interesting that only one particular part of this one...
Yeah.
It's interesting that only one particular part of this one particular sculpture tasted different from the rest. And could somebody other than Miss Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Miss Scone?
Come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark of Chili Wink's work. It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. There we go. Yes, look like that.
Almost like it was signature or something. Wait.
I just knew Mr. Frost wouldn't have made that hard strings. He's not the type to skip on an important detail like that.
I hope you don't mind me asking, Miss Bound. But are you certain you didn't know Mr. Frost particularly well?
What? No, I barely knew him, I swear.
That's so. Guess I seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude towards his work.
No, the sculptures were so carefully made. I just didn't think he missed something so important.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have a more personal connection to his work than that.
What makes you say that? I have evidence that appears to have been in one of Mr. Frost's possessions, and it shows a key feature of another piece of evidence. Well, I won't know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these two pieces of evidence of yours? Which two items point to Mr. Frost?
This is the first.
Probably this, I think.
Take that.
And now the second.
Double check. Look, there's something stapled on the bottom. It says PH.
Those must be Paul Hick's party mark. Those are his initials after all. Miss Bound said she's a big fan of his work.
It's the initials, huh? So if I made it, with the EF.
Perhaps you should practice by initialing your personal belongings first. Anyways.
Take that.
Miss Scone found 2 letters carved into Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. I think they were the signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for artists to initial their work.
I guess not. That's right there. It's just like you said. Sheila Wing statues had the letters PH carved into them, plain as day. BH. Shouldn't it be AF?
You think so, but take a look at this. This is the seal we found in the crime scene. It seems reasonable to assume that it fell from Mr. Frost's pocket. And when pressed into the surface of an item, it would leave behind the letters PH. The same party mark we see imprinted on the bottom of the items in the tea set.
The same parry mark?
We have already established that the tea set is the work of the sculptor Paul Halik. From that, we can assume that these same letters would mark any item out as a piece of his work. In fact, which I
think I've been talking too much. Oh man, I should have grabbed a water glass or something before I started streaming today. I need to do that next time.
In fact, of which you are well aware, correct, Miss Bound?
Well, yes, I know that he always marks his work with his initials like that. He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know if his works are truly his.
You mean, Pahalik was... That's right, Detective. Artie Frost had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least as far as Miss Bound was concerned. For you see, Mr. Frost was, in fact, a famed sculptor. Mr. Frost was, in fact, none other than the famed sculptor Paul Halik.
What? Mr. Frost and Paul Halik were the same person? But it's not like the mark's hard to got a copy, though. Anyone who's seen it could fake being him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was who you say he was.
It was proof enough for Miss Bound. What matters is that she believed it. His true identity will have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct.
Alright, I'll let my boys look into it. I should have known I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you admit it. You were aware of who Mr. Frost really was.
I was. When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that it was by deal Paul Halik. Imagine his entries in a confectionery contest with a final's legacy. A great man like that.
And be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point? I'm yawning.
Why are you asking me that?
The photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken.
Oh, it must have got mixed up with the other Samson took during the judging.
Objection.
I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said yourself that the camera ran out of film during the judging, and that you've had charge of the camera since before Mr. Tangaroa had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's rooms. That's how you're able to take that. That's how you're able to take that picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body.
I suppose so.
This suggests that you took only 2 pictures with the new film, one of Mr. Frost's body and one of his room. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise.
You do?
Which piece of evidence contradicts the assumption that Miss Bound only took 2 pictures. Probably this itself, right?
The camera?
You gave the picture of the body to the police, and the picture of Mr. Frost's room to me.
Oh, and you gave us that picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth too.
3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridges in this camera only has 3 exposures remaining. Out of a total of 20. You took more pictures, and I want to know what of. I'll need to see all the photos you took. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you're really up to.
I'm so sorry. I confess, I've been lying to you. These are all shots of Frost's room. I'm so sorry. Looks like she took pictures of his work from every possible angle. And when they were taken, the ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me. It was you? It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was.
You are... Why?
You see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Halik's works, so you know. I was petrified that they might be ruined with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures on film for posterity. And then make them melt. I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photographs that I might have tripped off the power cord without noticing.
By mistake? Are you sure?
I didn't notice at the time, but, well, how could I have been so careless since I caused the loss of his final masterpieces?
That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I'm not in a position to refute it either.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
Please, don't worry about it. The important thing is you told us the truth.
What he said. No hard feelings, Miss Bound. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth, picture's yours. Hope it helps.
Alright. Oh, he's back. Are you infernal nuisances still here? You don't know when to give up. Linger as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not part of this investigation. Whether we're part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless. It seems you don't know when to shut up either. But I commend you on your stubbornness.
Mr. Vakama, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frost's work melting.
What? What is the meaning of this?
I'm so sorry. It's you, Mr. Gusto.
No concern of mine. I didn't do anything. Mr. Von Calmer agrees. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto. You went to Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why. Sure, I was... Silence! Would not give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information. Duty bound, you're coming with me. I really believe that you are an accomplice of the accused Samson Tangaroa.
No, I
will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order.
I understand.
Wait, please! I'm not done questioning her myself. You think I care because... Ugh. Back, Gusto, and you, Stone. I have questions for all of you, and I expect answers. Fine by me.
Oh, could at least ask nicely, mannequins.
Why is he walking like that?
He took literally everyone with him.
Indeed. Well, I suppose this means there's a little point in us hanging around either. Perhaps it's time to get going anyway. It is rather late. I hope the snow is let up.
You're right. Home time. Heh. Guess my stomach's in agreement too.
Alright, let's go grab a burger. Before my own stomach starts grumbling too.
Sounds good to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll be fighting fit for tomorrow.
We will indeed. Our first protocol will be with Mr. Tangaroa.
We continue. Wow. 2 short segments back to back. We didn't even do anything. That was just a bunch of talking. Well, a bunch of talking, some evidence showing and stuff. That was barely anything at all. Moving on. We are now on to the latter part of the case. Okay, so now it's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas, everyone. Hey, it's Miss Bound. Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday.
She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Coleman finished interrogating you?
Yes, though he willingly seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. I'm not Tangaroa. What am I doing here?
Bad. What are you doing back there?
Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure anyone just happens to be at this detention center, but okay.
Good morning. Oh, his hair's white now.
Mr. Tangaroa, what happened to you? Oh no, Samson, what did they do to you?
They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. Oh, they're not letting you sleep.
That's not police work, that's torture. What's going on here, Detective Bad? I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him. Yeah. Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Chingaro in his own way, it seems. Alright, Eddie. I'll show you yesterday's findings, Mr. Tangaroa. Got it, Mr. T. Dope Bad is at the ready. Mr. Tangaroa, we found quite a bit. We found out quite a bit. If you'd like to hear it. Of course. Thank you. You alright, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kind of spaced out. I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Samson, do you have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Huh? Is that chocolate for me? Oh, those are the chocolates I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa, but the rules here don't allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame, but rules are rules, I suppose. There must be some way we can hand them to him. Detective Bad is nothing meaningful looks in this direction. Heh. Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect. Thank you, Detective Bad. My hero. I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah, keep it down, will ya? For both of our sakes. Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now to sample these treats. Oops, wrong button. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. Guess not such a bad guy after all. Get the joke? Bad guy? You want to see that again, buddy? No, I'm good. Oh, the sweetness. I feel like I'm mad reborn. Were your handiwork, Judy? Yes, how were they? He's gonna sing. Field of I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna let this play out. It's gonna be interesting looking at this in the gallery later on. Yeah, this is good. This is taking a while. This is certainly taking a while. Delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you like them. I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair. Wow, is the food really all that bad? Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. Oop. Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before we go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you're right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halik. Artie Frost was Paul Halik? I never would have imagined. Poor Mr. Halik. So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh? This all would explain why Mr. Halik was such recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. Bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now. He never finished his greatest masterpiece? Nah, seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations. The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set. Yeah, and now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh, no, Miss Brown, I wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make, which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there was any chance someone called him a debt. I guess they're not even famous artists to save for money.
Do you have any idea why you entered the confectionery contest?
None. Guy didn't even tell his family.
I see.
Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer.
Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in.
And scare the pants off anybody who he meets. Now, were you going to tell me what you learned yesterday?
Of course. Let me give you a full report.
Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize on Drew's behalf. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Mr. Tigrower. As I told you yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two?
By all means, I'll gladly share all that I can.
What can you tell us about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest?
Let's see, there was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up for the semifinal. But disappointingly, his entry to the final was subpar in both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semifinal as well.
Which was?
It tastes identical to Mr. Frost's. They may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing. Huh? And what exactly did his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back in my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth.
Much appreciated, Miss Bound.
But for Mr. Frost's entry for the finals, that was truly sublime.
So you were able to finish judging it?
Even though his body had been discovered in the meantime. Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took a liberty of sampling a bit. Part of the lie, I believe. Never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song.
I'm sorry, but you're saying that the liar tasted good. I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind.
The liar.
You're quite sure it was the liar you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work?
I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case.
Mr. Tigrow, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the liar. I want to show you without any strings.
Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate.
So the strings were missing because Mr. Tigrow ate them all, and he enjoyed them. Miss Scone told us she ate part of the liar as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish.
But then it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste.
Something wrong? How so exactly?
The taste disorder characterized by inability to detect salty flavors. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now.
That would explain why the food just seemed so bland to him.
What? But your taste buds are your livelihood!
Even though there was some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for proper evaluation.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back in my mansion.
You do?
I do. You can take a look at it yourself if you like. Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anybody! Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody.
He's my attorney, and I have no secrets for him.
Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish.
What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? It was like, oh man, too bad we can't cure that for you. Actually, I have a cure for it back in the mansion. Say what? All right, we'll be right behind you.
Judy. Yes, Miss Sampson? There's more to the life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around. Don't say that! Without you, I just don't have the life to live. So I'll be waiting right there at the mansion till you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bound! Judy. Aw. Oh, she seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why'd you even say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own.
What do you mean?
The honey collection, the candy making, it's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person, to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out all that life has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense.
He really does see her as his own child. What parent would want their child to walk in their own path?
What parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment.
Too bad my son became a prosecutor instead of a defense attorney, but you know what? It is what it is.
I think I've asked of you everything I can from now, Mr. Tangaroa.
We should be getting back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, you're leaving him? I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session.
Yes, we'll have to do something about that.
You'll speak to the police for me?
That too. I'll be putting something else in place as well. It's up our sleeve when the time comes.
I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroa, every day. And Judy, too. Thank you, Eddie. I look forward to it.
Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Varkam will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. It will make it that much harder for me to save you.
I understand, and I'll try.
I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that.
And we're back. 11:03 a.m. Contest venue of Fountain Room.
Detective Bat, thank you again for what you did earlier.
Yeah, thanks a ton. What are you talking about? There's nothing to be shy about it. Yeah, never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here, looking to investigate some more.
We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown. What? But we need to see those other rooms.
This is Mr. Von Comer's doing, I presume.
Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. And don't expect to speak with anybody except us cops and Miss Bound. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Comer will let me handing out phone numbers. Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far?
So what's your plan of action, detective?
Same as before, do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised.
You have my gratitude.
Just you wait, Mr. Von Comer. We're going to beat you, you bag of dirty tricks.
Detective, we may conduct a brief investigation in the area.
Sure, but like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again.
That's fine. As long as there's still at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Begin investigation.
Piano.
It seems these instruments are used on Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound's TV show Bacon Bop. There's some of the few things in here that aren't made of candy. Is it just me, or does the detective seem a little disappointed?
Man, I was so hoping there was a chocolate piano. I mean, look at this drum set. It's literally a cake. Man.
There's a drum set here decorated to look as if it's made out of cakes. They must play on Bacon Bop. Detective, about these drums.
We already checked. There's nothing inside any of them. And no sign of anything having been put inside or taken out either. They're not relevant to the case.
You've already done your homework, I see.
I may like lollipops a little too much, but I'm a sucker.
There's a lie here. Some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. They're so well made that it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not just by looking. I reach out and touch them, then I begin to survey the crime scene.
Hands off. I already checked them out. They're real.
Check them out how exactly? Did you manhandle vital evidence, detective?
I didn't touch them. Not my hands, at least.
Did he? Never mind. I don't want to picture it.
Is they implying he tried to take a bite out of the maracas? Like, man, this... Like, man, I can't believe it. Ice cream maracas. I gotta try this. That's not ice cream.
Miss Bound, we're here to continue investigation.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier. She's still looking kind of down in the dumps, Miss E.
She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangaroa had to say.
I found the photograph that said my final entries for you. Here, it's all yours. Wow, this gum sure knows to make a cute cake. Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And you love the design and flavors Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entries too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, the respective entries of the final tasted nothing alike, it seems.
Was there anything else in the note that changed between the semifinal and the final?
Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest, but he was nowhere to be seen during the final.
How did his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? You sure you're happy for us to keep? You're sure you're happy for us to keep a hold of this?
Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation.
All right.
Got more evidence. Oh, I also have the book that contains the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned.
Oh, we've seen this book before.
It was in the chocolate frame in Tangaroa's room. That's right. He put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize. What? The cure is in the ultimate cookbook?
So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it?
Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet.
So the contestants all knew what the ultimate cookbook was this whole time. Huh. I'd like to hear more about the cookbook if you don't mind, Miss Bound. So if I understand correctly, the ultimate cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines.
Exactly. Or the totally new medications that haven't made to market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, would be worth a fortune. But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest? Mr. Tangaroa is the sole heir to the Tangaroa family fortune. Perhaps you heard of the Tangaroa Group? The Tangaroa Group? Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before. It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and potions. Oh yeah, that new Cold Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. I always reach for a Cold Killer when I'm feeling under the weather.
Which is never, as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tangaroa Group, if you don't mind. So did Mr. Tangaroa not want to take over for his parents to go into the family business?
No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. Then when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook.
Why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize?
He's been haunted by so many people looking to make that book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult of his parents to simply give it away. So he decided to find someone he felt was worthy of it. I'll bet the board of directors love that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else. They hated the idea, of course, which is why Delicia entered the contest. The Tangaroa Group wanted her to win the book back for them.
Oh!
So, okay, so Delicia was basically inside agent for the Tangaroa Group to get the book.
So you knew she was a pharmacist all along?
Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's tastes. I tried to help her win.
But why?
I wanted to protect Samson, for protecting the Tangaroa Group. If that cup fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to.
So that's how Miss Skull managed to make it so far in the contest she had no business taking part in.
Miss Skull wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost was really confection either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad. Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor and a gifted crafter of desserts, too.
Gifted indeed, judged by the standard of his work in the final.
But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time? I'm not so sure if I have more to tell you, but if there's anything else I could help you with, I'd be happy to, of course.
She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. I could still use a cup of tea you made us yesterday, if you won't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely.
Oh, I'll have some too. Tea is to die for, Miss Bound.
Well, how can I possibly refuse? I'll bring you right out.
You know, I think that cheered her up a little.
Alright, so what else do we have? This is quite the trophy.
Awarded, Tangaroa, first place International Confectioners Association Annual Spectacular.
It's made out of candy. I guess it wasn't meant to last forever.
Makes sense. Prizes, fame, none of it lasts forever, right?
I doubt there's anything quite that deep. The trophies all belong to Mr. Tangaroa, but they're not all for confectionery contests. Some appear to be for charity work, a testament to both his character and professional achievements. Oh, what's this one here? In recognition of Bacon Bob's long-standing achievement in making children's dreams come true. Oh, that's so sweet. I wanted to watch it. Aw. Where does this elevator go?
Second floor. Tangaroa and Bound live up there. Sounds like they live a pretty charmed life. Tea parties, candy making, that kind of thing. They even have a garden. Must be nice on a sunny day.
That does sound nice. Perhaps invite us when all this is over. You'd come, wouldn't you, detective?
Don't get ahead of yourself now. I'm not in the habit of palling around with attorneys.
The sign shows which artist's work is on display in which room. From left to right, Mr. Tangaroa, Mr. Gusto, Miss Scone, and Mr. Frost. Incidentally, the sign is also made from candy. What were they going to do with all this candy? Was someone going to eat it when the contest was over? The statues are found depicted cherubs enjoying some chocolate fondue.
By Lake's work, apparently. Gotta hand to him. They look so real.
Detective, are you saying that you have personally seen the cherubs before?
Ugh, attorneys. Always poking holes in people's words.
What? Did I do something wrong? Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating?
Sir, I'm analyzing the fountain. I want to see what might be in it, sir.
And? What did you find?
Chocolate, and what looks like some kind of flavorings and colorings used in front of dessert, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as Mr. Tangaroa's work. And the flavors and colorings match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. Those little rivers flow from all four artists' rooms right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in here. And then also we also found blood.
What?
Why was there blood in the water?
Think back to our investigation. The murder scene, detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here that's clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember any mention they removed the blood along with the body.
The victim's blood must be seriously absent, and was the part of the chocolate chest that it had pooled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to...
Take that.
Heh, the victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it.
Yeah.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost.
But why would someone want to send the victim's body blood downstream and into the fountain like this? Found it.
Oh, that's it.
That was short. Well, maybe not too short, but yeah, it was not much. We've learned a little more about the contest participants. But there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we never got an answer. I'm thinking about all, Mr. Gusto. You went to Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you can tell us why.
Sure, I was.
No! What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the summer finals. A confectioner who admits to lack in design sense, and a sculptor with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself. which is why I'm beginning to run if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't quite add up for me. Me neither. We need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, do you now? Oh, no. Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it. Mr. Von Karma, I'm already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto, so there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. Tis. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have. He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case, fine. Then allow me to take you up on your offer.
Very well. What is it?
I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Up against Von Karma again. The connection between Gusto and Frost, who was really a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. And that's all. That's all I have to say to you.
What? That's not at all.
Well, to confirm evidence, we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. How many what movie was that?
There's only 2 statements.
only two freaking statements.
Objection.
It was obviously gonna be the semifinal entry. That's like the only noble piece of evidence we have. When are you going to look at the two confections in the foreground from Mr. Von Karma? They are made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree? Get to the point. As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that the confectionery design was far from his strong suit, and yet his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from the witness that the 2 entries also taste exactly the same. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Well, at first glance, the 2 may appear to be superficially different. It soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together. They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the 2 were working together. If you figured out that much, I suppose there's little point in denying it. Mr. Von Karma knew all along they were cooperating, but I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage. Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Mr. Frost during his questioning last night. Snap! It seems they're helping one another right up until the day before the final. So, you knew that the 2 were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth? Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose where I could provide proper context in court. It's in my mind to explain that to you. Doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things end like this.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna press. Last night, the Mr. Frost's works melted, correct? Yes. I interviewed Gusto personally.
Yeesh, 101 of Mr. Von Karma. That must have been terrifying.
I imagine Mr. Gusto probably meditated his way for the difficult parts.
He most certainly did not. Every time he closed his eyes.
I brought him back with an almighty snap. No one dares to plead the fifth with me. Did that even work on him? And that's how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail of Gusto and Frost's relationship. But why were they cooperating? Gusto's sense of design was subpar. Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood a chance of making it through the contest alone. So what was the end game? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals? Gusto claims to have ended the scheme. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. His only goal was really to be crowned the world's best confectioner, and his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another. Gee, it's only ever win all the victories, I guess. I was under the impression that the collaboration only lasted for the semifinals, but I'm starting to think it might have lasted up through the final itself. Mr. Von Comrade, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they worked together, if you don't mind. If you must. Okay, so that's probably where we need to present something on. I wonder if it's going to be the cookbook we presented on. Probably, to be honest. Let's try it.
Objection.
Nope, that was wrong. Dang, okay. Ugh, now he's laughing at me. Man, I thought I had it there. What else do I have that? So wait, so everything from this point on was basically like new evidence I've gotten. So
Objection.
okay, that was it. I don't know why that works, to be honest, but I guess it felt like something. Felt like it'd probably be it. They weren't working together during the finals. I find that a little hard to believe. Miss Goins on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Gusto were still cooperating during the finals. Many times I must explain this to you. Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame. What was that? Not entirely a subjective statement. Furthermore, you are ignoring the crucial part of Farm's testimony, namely that she also described some of Frost's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. Ugh. Tisk. More objections, I take it? There must be some way you can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating. Mr. E? There's something that has been on my mind. Yes? What is it, Eddie? Mr. Frost's entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make? I would imagine so. Making flavored ice, flavored water, freezing it all, and then covering 2 whole sculptures? Could you believe I've done all that and helped Mr. Gusto with his work? Ugh. If it was me, I'd barely gone as far as sending the flavored water up to freeze part. Huh. I just can't see Mr. Frost could pull it off. Perhaps there's some loyalty instinct in you after all, Eddie. Your pondering certainly point to another possibility that you have to eat the note right there. Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art. And there would have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry within the time limit? He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do is sculpt it.
What are you muttering about now? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something. That's all. I realized that you're correct.
What? Mystery!
I hope you know what you're doing. Oh? Expect to defeat a last, are we? The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely of blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavors were there? Boy, I've already been prepared, Mr. Gusto. Yes, which lines are perfect with what Gusto told me. He said that he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why did Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? I could hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection.
Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us. So why did you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as for as you claim? How dare you call my methods into question? That's not my intention. I just don't understand why we would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. I mean, one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me. One good reason? Certainly. The how and why Mr. Frost and Gusto collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case. How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If the relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind the murder. Could indeed. And why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man who seemed so keen to accusing share the details of collaboration with the prosecution? Please may you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions of this time. Mr. Gusto only acted suspicion at one time we know of. And I imagine Mr. Von Korn is aware of exactly what that suspicion action was. Which means it's probably a trap. Well, catch what you tongue. But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him. Tisk tisk tisk. If that's your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you. I knew it. It was a trap. I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this. That's Gusto and Frost and their sons. Ah, family photo. Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph. But why? It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned that the fact that Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved it was entirely well-founded. But Gusto's actually makes perfect sense, as you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. Ugh! He's never going to let me talk to Mr. Gusto. Now, if you're quite obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with.
That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with. What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tiggerell's finished, we can't figure something out.
Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, a suspect in custody. If the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tiggerell, surely they have all they need. So why is Mr. Von Korma still investigating the scene of the crime?
Something on your mind, Mr. E?
We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Korma has everything he needs to proceed with a prosecution of Mr. Tiggerell, and yet he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. If he was, or refused to share information with Detective Bat.
Who else? I haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. You guys probably got a hand in that too.
Oh, we're getting all the bits of logic, and we're gonna piece it all together. In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happens to the evidence that we're missing. Taking a look at the exciting crime bust, Detective. Like a biggest pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
Yeah, you're right.
We've seen this already. Evidence turned out not in Mr. Tiggerell's room, but in a most unusual place.
It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's.
There were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tiggerell's room, and yet we found some in the fountain instead. Why? Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene. But traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the body had been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the blood would have also been in the way. Wait. Could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? No way you could get that wrong at this point. So the body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there is still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body had been recovered by the forensics team. But what if the assumption is false? What if Mr. Marcom wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way around all along? The question isn't why did Mr. Marcom hold back information about the body, it's did Mr. Marcom even have any information about the body in the first place? How did things look from that angle? Perhaps the body had been removed for the police in order to carry out the autopsy. Perhaps it had only been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival. Mr. E, we both heard the rumors of Mr. Marcom's questionable methods. Fabricated witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even. Sure, everybody deserves that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now? I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Arcomer. I try my best not to let my preconceptions to color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth in order to his own ends. Twist the truth? You mean, he's been playing dirty? I fear he might have been, and still is. I'm not about to let him get away with it. Marching right back over to him. To the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney. Yes, sir. Hold it. Yes. What is it now? I have a few questions, Mr. Von Kalmar, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us. Really? You need to call the methods of officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again. I'm warning you. If you obstruct the police and their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection!
It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Kalmar. It's you. What? Is it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of the crime is? What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating on what the prosecution's role is or not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say, I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfectly unassailable cases.
Objection!
And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of the whole cloth, perhaps? I'm curious at this point. How old is Von Karma at this point? 49. And his design doesn't really appear that different. At all. Huh. I thought you had outdone yourself already. But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence? I do. Because it's why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn. What are you talking about? You didn't show him out of the investigation because you wanted to keep an eye on him. Wanted to keep an eye on us. You did it from finding out that you don't have the body. What? He doesn't have the body? Ridiculous. You're clutching at straws. We'll tell you no more of your preposterous slander. Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong if you can. Ugh. Tisk. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations with one another.
Objection!
As you must have seen from yourself, a piece of bloody chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear? And where did it go? What does it matter? Some blood missing from the chest where the body was found, so what? So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene of the police with the police here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense. Was this petty obsession with the blood stain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went? Of course. After all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely. What evidence do I have that shows where the blood from Mr. Tinker's room went?
Take that!
Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain, along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tegaro's room. I believe the missing piece of blood-stained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain. which only points towards one certain fact. Someone purposely disposed of the blood after the body was removed from the chest. Ugh. Mr. Von Comrade, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me. You. Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, bad. You been thrown to my side from the moment you were assigned. But no longer. As of now, you are officially off the case. I was barely on in the first place. Nothing makes so it doesn't make a difference. Mr. Falconer, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered? Tisk tisk tisk. It's really quite the claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid. Huh. What must I do to get an answer out of him? Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court. Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Well, nothing will. Not even an elevator with an earthquake later. Goodbye! Mark my words, Mr. Von Kommer. Your methods will be your undoing. 16 years from now. No matter how hard you try to hide the truth, I'll bring it all to light in the end. There he goes. Wow, that was crazy. this random forensics guy standing right here. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. Don't sweat it. It was always going to end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing. I am. I'll prove it in court. Heh. Well, if there's anything I could do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind. No, I'm sorry to keep asking favors for you, Detective Bad, but there is one more thing. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me on the secret. Alright, Eddie. Detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tangeroa acquitted. But I prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case. Yeah? What is it? You'll find out in the courtroom. Wait, what? You let me join you? Of course I am. You are my assistant after all. I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We can take on Mr. Von Kommer together. Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangeroa by then. But we're up against Mr. Von Kommer, guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time. Right. But we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Kommer, Mr. E. I believe in you. Can't allow Mr. Tangeroa to remain in prison for the crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Kommer's lies if it's the last thing I do. So that was it. That's it for the past segments. And that is it for this stream too. It is getting late and I need to go to bed soon. Still, I'm really enjoying this case so far. It's very fun. I enjoy the little past segments. It's great. I love it. Got to play as Gregory Edgeworth. It was amazing. And now we're back in the present once again. But that is it for now. So, yep. Save it again, just be safe. We're good. Alright, so next time will probably be the last stream for Case 3. I'll probably finish Case 3 next stream, and then Case 4 will be after that. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to where this is gonna go from here. So I'll definitely see y'all next time. And you want to know when the next stream is gonna be live, be sure to follow, of course. And you know what? And of course, if you want to keep supporting the stream as time goes on, you can also subscribe. And then you can also choose some bits too. Got options there. And then I am going to work on drawing up more emotes for the chat as well. I'll be adding more as time goes on. So until then, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.